Let's go. We getting our smoke on, baby. You know why? Because we've been playing MK11 for damn near 2 weeks, and we are about to approach Master on the Combat League. Yes, nobody can fuck with us. Nobody can catch us. We on the run to the glory. A couple of weird nuances going on in the game. As you can see, I actually did not get a chance to kill this guy before the timer ran out, and yet my character was still moving after the timer had expired, so it gave him the win with a pixel of life. I feel like MK11 feels really great. I think that it is more so based upon a neutral game and you know, fundamental strengths more so than it is about mix-ups, combos, and you know, things that people would like to see, you know, from the previous iterations like MK9 and MKX. But overall, these matches have been tight. They have been very clutch. They have been not easy to win. However, it is very alarming for somebody to just start playing the game, pick up one character that might be a little bit strong, and then happen to overcome a lot of the player bait. I have a lot of experience in fighting games from Street Fighter V to Fantasy Strike and others, but you know, for other games I've been more on a casual side. So I have been winning a lot more than I have been losing, and it does show that this is that experience that I've accumulated from other games, and how to break down my opponents. Like, see this, for instance, this clip here where he just was forced to take that because he mismanaged his meter. Taking notes in the match is so imperative to being able to overcome great obstacles, and you know, even people that are much more experienced than me. I mean, I'm talking about the fact that I'm beating players that have more than 10,000 games under their belt. So that leads me to ask the question again, is MK11 a skill-based fighter? Is it decision-based, or is it just based on more about neutral game and fundamentals and not about combo structure and all those things? You know, I feel like it's a little bit of everything. You know, I hear a lot of rhetoric about the inconsistencies within MK11, and I'm kind of not that type. I'm kind of the type that wants to find solutions versus making a lot of complaints about what's going on in the game. So I feel like there is a counter strategy to everything that your opponent tries to implement. So finding that gap, finding that loophole is up to you, and you have to be taking notes about everything that's going on in the match in order to find those gaps within your opponent's defense. You see what I'm saying? I had a guy straight up use Joker against me, right? Used Ace of Knaves, and he was more superior than me in the matchup because he flat out on the mic yelled out like, this guy doesn't know what to do on defense. And guess what that did? That prompted me to go to the tutorial yet again, right? So the purpose of that would be to understand the core mechanics of the game. Until you're able to understand it on a more advanced level, you know, because the more tech that is found, the more strategies that's implemented is going to have you change how you think about certain situations. So as you can see in MK11, it has that type of mentality. Like, I guess players have that type of mentality in this game where they will abuse this offensive and this defensive meter, and it's basically, if you are like have your mind in the area of, okay, I'm going to bait my opponent's get up all the time, it's like free damage all the time. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand why people are so gung-ho with this. You know, there's a lot of abusive type of characters in this game. Like, I would say that Scorpion is one of them. And the reason why you might see a lot of Scorpions online playing MK11 is because of how easy it is to beat players using some of this, how do you say, I think Joker is entry level, but Scorpion is most definitely entry level. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think the focus is we want more players to come and enjoy the game. We want more people to get into fighting games that might be discouraged about playing fighting games. But it's crazy that, you know, it's just some people are just so intimidated by the idea of just them getting beat. If it's not the CPU or something like that, like online in general, it's just that intimidating to some folks. So to me, it's not even that intimidating. I've been playing against grown people possibly since I was in fucking grade school. I'm talking about one of my first competitive games was Unreal Tournament as a shooter, and I used to play tournaments at Gateway. Anybody that knows about Gateway, against grown ass people, and I'm damn near like 10 or 12. But I get it, the fighting games are not for everybody. Some people like puzzles, some people like platformers, but this is that, I keep expressing it, this is that genius level thought process, outwitting your opponent. So back to the topic at hand, and that is, how am I processing MK11? How am I evaluating the player base? How am I really doing playing this game? And I just want to say that I'm having a blast playing against the players. You know, win, lose, or draw, it is teaching me something about how I choose to approach matchups. There has been a lot of people that I've aced. There has been a lot of challenges. There has been matchups there I've gotten that I have to reconsider how I'm fighting. There has been a lot of situations where I have to go back and understand how to use the get up options, what to do when my opponent is spamming down one, how to deal with that. I feel like that's like one of the main key points of understanding how to play MK11, is understanding how your opponent is trying to condition you with down one. Is like, oh my god, that shit's everything in this game. And it's so crazy how strong it is. Like, you can literally condition somebody to block, and then once you condition them to block, it makes you much more advantageous, and also it becomes throw city for you. It's throw city for those Scorpion players, it's throw city for those Sub-Zero players. So watch out and be aware of all the possible situations. See, I use Jack in the Box right there. I'm using it. I'm expecting it nothing to be able to get away from it. You see what I'm saying? And lo and behold, if you can bounce off the wall, let's check that out one more time. Let's do it one more time, because this is actually really ridiculous that he got over the Jack in the Box. I cannot believe he did that. So where I'm finding myself annoyed in MK11 is this get up situation. I think the wake up situation is possibly the most annoying thing going on in this game. Like, you'll knock a person down, they'll roll, so I gotta figure out what are my options for rolling. And if somebody's listening to this video, you can go in the comment section and tell me what is a lot of good options for rolling. So it's down one, it's baiting throws, it's all of these things that's making this game problematic. Yeah, and then we got the people that want to rage quit, but they're not really the issue. The issue is being able to navigate these players that are abusing the cheap gimmicks. You see what I'm saying? The cheap gimmicks that happen to give them the quick wins. Like anybody using Jade, I'm trying my best to kind of find a sense of respect for this character, but I'm really not finding it. I'm trying my best to, you know, say, you know, it's a matchup. This player is playing this character because they legitimately like the character, not because they're trying to tier war or because they're trying to just get good statistics in the game. I'm trying my best to think positively about the players that choose to use Jade, but it's definitely testing my limits. I will say that when I first started playing against Jade, I feel like she was like one of the toughest characters that I ever started first playing against. I thought Liu Kang would be that tough, but I eventually started beating a lot of Liu Kang players because of, you know, they just spamming that kick. You know, every Liu Kang player is gonna do that. You know, just deal with the fireball, navigate the fireball, whatever. But this character here, you really have to watch what you press, how you block against Jade. And Sindel is the same way. I feel like Sindel's very, very strong. If you don't have a concept of what their go-tos are, then you'll kind of get beat. You see what I'm saying? Just because they're characters that kind of like force mistakes. So overall, I hope that y'all liking this content. I'm just now starting to play MK, and it's gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to keep climbing this ladder to see how far I can get. I'm at champion right now, currently trying to go to master, so make sure y'all stay tuned.
You can call me deviant. Now my saints don't wanna see you breathe again. he posing, yeah. Think you got a trophy, but